David Brickley joins us from LakerNation.com. He is the voice of the Nation postgame show after every Lakers game. And thank you for joining us, David. How are you?
Very good, Zakk and Zakk. Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, I'm going to get an MRI on my knee today. Why did Kobe Bryant refuse to even get an MRI after leaving Game 4 in crutches? Why no need to even do that?
Believe it or not, he says it's the traffic of the 405 freeway here in Los Angeles, saying that he didn't feel like leaving his house and didn't want to be in traffic, so he said he didn't want to get it. Even if it was broken, if his foot was broken, it wouldn't have mattered anyway, he said.
Well, you're a Laker fan. You follow Lakers a lot more closely than I do. Emeka Okafor, is that Kobe Bryant's biggest dunk in his career to this point?
I think the biggest dunk would probably be over Dwight Howard a few years ago when Dwight was a rookie and he posterized him. But this was definitely circa Kobe 96 in the slam dunk contest. He even said after the game he only has a few of these left in the tank. But that was definitely one that he dialed back and went over Okafor, and that was beauty.
David Brickley is our guest from LakerNation.com. It's so cute seeing Jeannie Buss put up pictures of Phil Jackson on the way to the game on Twitter.
Admit it.
He was sporting his Bulls 1996 championship ring from the 72-win Bulls of 1996. David, do we know which ring he's going to be sporting for Game 6?
I'm not sure. I know he only wears one usually. He usually wears the one that the most recent one, so it would be last year's championship. So I guess we'll see.
Well, how about the other story that came out yesterday that I found interesting? You know, we do our show. We're based in Indianapolis, so we've been around. We obviously follow a lot of sports, a lot of different teams, but go back to the Pacers when Ron Artest was here in the brawl in Detroit, the mess that turned out to be. Ron Artest yesterday was awarded the Walter Kennedy Citizenship Award. Tell us about that.
Yeah, isn't it amazing how his careers really came full circle? I mean, he definitely was looking pretty in bad shape when he was up there in Indiana. But, again, he raffled off his championship ring for mental health awareness. He's been in front of Congress talking about mental health and how important it is and really just spreading the message. So you've got to give up to Ron Artest. He's definitely turned his career around, and he's doing what it takes off the court to spread that mental health awareness, and you got to give it to him. I think it's well-deserved.
First guy, I think, ever to really thank a psychiatrist at a post-game press conference, right?
Exactly. Well, on his way to his month-long party, right?
Right. Well, David, the Lakers' big men are stepping up finally. They out-rebounded the Hornets 42-25. Is that advantage going to continue when they close it out in Game 6 or 7?
Well, you hope so. I mean, Game 5, they finally used their advantage, like you said, and that's their bigs. I mean, they have 3 7-footers. Their front line's definitely the advantage in this series. I don't know what took them so long to figure that out. But like you said, the bigs play well, and when they out-rebound like that and shoot, over 50% from the field, they're really tough to beat, especially against the Hornets. They don't have anybody to go up against the Lakers' bigs. So if they do use that advantage, I mean, the Lakers should have swept this team if they would have used it right. But if they use it in Game 6, they shouldn't have a problem.
Were you at the game last night?
No, I was not at the game.
Okay, well, as you're watching the game and you see the Hornets go up 32-23, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, the Lakers definitely came out flat. I was thinking that, in Game 5 last year against Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round, they came out blazing and they went up by 20 early, 30 points. But they definitely didn't turn it on until the second quarter. And, I think a lot of Laker fans and people are thinking, how can they come out flat in such an important game, a swing game in Game 5? But eventually, obviously Kobe Bryant comes around, scores 12 in that second quarter, and they got their act together. But, yeah, that first quarter was definitely, I'm sure, scared a lot of Laker fans out there.
David, do you get a sense that Kobe Bryant feels a little sense of urgency? I know they're a 2-time defending champion, but Phil Jackson appears to be leaving, and this team looks like they may be getting caught up to by some teams, even in the Western Conference. Is there a sense of urgency now for Kobe Bryant to get that elusive number 6 so he can be compared to Michael Jordan?
Well, let's not forget, I mean, they've went to the NBA Finals 3 straight years, so this team currently has played a lot of basketball. You don't see that in sports very much where one team or one nucleus goes to the NBA Finals. So if they make it once again this year, that'll be 4 straight years that they played into June. So there's no doubt that they want to try to get it done this year. And because, again, I mean, you can't really go this far into June each and every year without it catching up to you sooner or later. And they want to, ride Phil Jackson off the right way. So I would definitely say a sense of urgency in trying to cap off this year with another victory.
Okay, David, fast forward a couple of years. Who will be in a Lakers uniform? Will it be Dwight Howard or Blake Griffin?
I think Dwight Howard, just because he's kind of hinted at it. I think Orlando's getting worse down there with their roster changes they make each year. And he wants to be in L.A. He's a guy kind of like Shaquille O'Neal when he was younger. He wanted to do movies and be in commercials and be in Hollywood. It seems like Dwight Howard kind of feels that way, so it may be, I would say Dwight Howard over Blake.
Yeah.
He's the voice of the nation postgame show, LakerNation.com. David Brickley, thanks for joining us on Fox Sports Radio.
Thanks, David.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Good luck to the Lakers. I know we got a lot of folks listening in the L.A. area.